Okay, so I'm about to go get my nails done. Here is the before. Honestly, I'm kind of upset because this was the most expensive acrylic refill that I've done in a while. I'm not sure if you guys could really see, but I'll show you again. Pretty much a lot of my nails ended up chipping just like that. For the price that I paid and for them to chip after a week and a half, honestly, it was very, very disappointing. I will not be going back to that place again for sure. So today I'm trying out a new place. Let me show you guys my inspo. But that is the inspo for today. I just want short, skinny, almond white nails. And I feel like I've been doing long nails for a while now, so I do want to go a tad bit shorter and just see how I feel. Okay, let me show you guys the finished nails. Here is what they look like. Like I said, I just did a white, short, almond nail, and she did such a good job. Honestly, this is the best I've seen my nails look for quite some time. So I'm so happy with them. They were roughly the same price as the last place that I was talking about earlier in the last clip. So I guess maybe the price of nails just went up or something, but nothing feels worse than getting your nails done and hating them and then paying the price, like a premium price, just to not like your nails at all. But that aside, because I feel like I'm just going on a little tangent now, I recently hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support, because I would not be here if it wasn't for each and every single last one of you. And I remember starting my channel with just 54 subscribers. I think they were just family members or random people that followed me. So to be here now at 1,000 subscribers is crazy, and I just want to say thank you, because once again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you and your crazy support. And I am just so grateful, because I love doing YouTube. I love making content, and it would be such a dream of mine to have this be my full-time job one day. And I thought that in honor of hitting 1,000 subscribers, I would do a little Q&A. So those of you who are newer or even have been here for a while can get to know me a little bit better. I posted a story on my Instagram for you guys to ask me some questions. So I'm gonna go to Instagram and answer some of those, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely be sure to go follow me on Instagram so that you can be there for the next Q&A. But I am gonna switch the camera angle really quickly so you guys aren't seeing this steering wheel the entire Q&A. Okay, I feel like this is a lot better. That steering wheel just was not it. So let me go to Instagram, like I said, and pull up some questions to answer for you guys. So let's see. First question is, any tips on how to stay positive? I feel like this is such a good question, because I feel like I do make a lot of videos about motivation, productivity, and self-development. So I feel like this is a good question, very on topic, very on brand. I feel like my best advice, honestly, is kind of in two parts. The first one being, make sure that you're consuming motivational content or content that aligns with your goals. Because if you're only consuming content of either people that you're comparing yourself to or people who are just really negative, you are going to be directly impacted by that. So the first step is really seeing what you're consuming and switching it to be in a more positive direction. And then the second piece of this is, I would say, catching yourself in the act. I feel like ever since I made my mindset more positive, whenever that little negativity tries to creep in, I will catch myself and I will almost immediately switch it and just be like, no, what I'm saying is not true, and just make that switch in the moment, because you're more likely to keep doing that going forward, I would say. Because ever since I started catching myself in the act, in the moment, I have found that I have way less of a negative mindset than, let's say, not catching myself in the act and then doing all this self-reflection work later. I hope that helps. What is your favorite store to shop your clothes at and why? Aritzia. And why I say Aritzia is I just feel like they have a lot of staple pieces that can give you that core capsule wardrobe feel. And so you can have a more minimal closet that has a really clean aesthetic with just the staples. What is your personality type? I am very type A. I like to know what's going on. I like to have a schedule, a calendar, plan things out, be really diligent, organized. I don't know, I've been this way since I was literally in middle school, and it has just not changed. Next question is, why did you start YouTube? I honestly, when I was in middle school, would film hauls. I would go to Lush. If you guys don't know what Lush is, it's basically a body store. Like, you can buy bath bombs, lotions, hair care, that sort of thing. And I would go to the mall, I'd buy Lush products, I'd go home and I'd sit down. I don't think I had a camera. I think I'd sit down in front of my phone. I would do a haul and be like, hey guys,
guys, welcome back to my channel.
I wish I still had these because it was the cutest thing ever for that time. I always had a passion for YouTube. I grew up watching so many different YouTubers, especially like Alicia Marie, Bethany Moda. Those were my icons. And so I always had a passion for it, always loved watching other creators. And as I got older and I feel like influencing content creation became more normal, I decided, you know what, if I love it so much, why don't I try it? And I just thought about how much fun it would be to have my own little community where we could all just be so close and kind of like lean on each other. Like I could be here for you guys can be there for me, and we just have our own little community on our own little part of YouTube. So I think that's ultimately why I decided to start it. I really hope that you guys have been enjoying my content and my videos, and like always, comment down below any sort of video you want to see. I love to hear more feedback from you guys. What is your favorite coffee order? I am an iced latte girl through and through. If you had a choice, where would you travel and why? I would say either Paris, Korea, Greece, Switzerland, Japan, Hawaii. The list goes on and on. I just love to travel. I would travel pretty much anywhere. What is your favorite color? I would say black, and aside from that, I like white and pink. Favorite travel destination? A lot of travel questions. If you guys want to see travel content, let me know. I'd love to be on a plane right now. By far, I would say Japan. I loved the culture. I love the language. I love the people. I love the food. I love everything about Japan, and it's just so safe there too. Feeling safe, I think, is the #1 thing that I look for when I'm traveling and planning a travel. So I just love how I can go to Japan, have fun, enjoy the culture, obviously be respectful to the culture, but not really have a care in the world about, am I gonna get robbed? Am I gonna have a situation at large here? So Japan. The last question is, what are your hobbies? I love watching a good movie. I'm not sure if that's considered a hobby. I grew up watching a ton of movies, so I still love watching movies during my downtime. I would say my favorite movie is Your Name. I'd say watching movies. I love going to the gym. I love being active. I did ice skating this last winter and I want to take up a spring summer hobby, so I'm looking into that right now. And then I'm a big foodie / coffee shop person. I love trying new coffee shops, new restaurants, and I love trying it with other people because then we can kind of bounce back and forth on our thoughts on the food. But those are all the questions that I'm going to answer. Thank you so much for any of you who sent in any questions. I hope that you guys got to know me a little bit better. Obviously, if there's anything else you want to know, I am an open book. Comment down below and I'll read the comments and go through them and answer all your questions.